क्या आप एक माँ हैं या माँ बनने वाली हैं?
क्या आप अपना ब्लड ग्रुप जानते हैं?
क्या आप जानते हैं कि भारत में 5 से 10% महिलाओं का ब्लड ग्रुप नेगेटिव होता है, जैसे कि ए नेगेटिव, बी नेगेटिव, ओ नेगेटिव या ए बी नेगेटिव।
तो अगर आपका ब्लड ग्रुप नेगेटिव है और आपके बच्चे का ब्लड ग्रुप पॉजिटिव है, तो डॉक्टरों का ऐसा मानना है कि अगले बच्चे में कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकती।
पर घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है। इसका एक समाधान है जो आपके बच्चे को सुरक्षित रखता है। तो अपने डॉक्टर से सलाह लीजिए और अपने आज और आने वाले कल का ख्याल रखिए। धन्यवाद।
भारत सीरम्स एंड वैक्सीन्स लिमिटेड और मैनकाइंड फार्मा लिमिटेड द्वारा जनहित में जारी।
Hello and welcome to Revsportz. This is Trisha here from Navi Mumbai. Well, let's talk about not an individual this time or not any particular mindset, but let's talk about UP Warriors, because UP Warriors has lost the first 3 games, and in WPL history so far no team that has lost the first 3 games has actually come back and qualified for the playoffs. Today is their 4th game, which is against the defending champions Mumbai Indians, who after losing the first game has looked a very settled side and a different side, um, largely thanks to the form of their skipper Harmanpreet Kaur, but also heavy contributions from Natsivar Brandt. Then in the second match there was Amanjot Kaur, and one player who has been absolutely outstanding for Mumbai. And you know, Sneha Shish had said that this player is going to be fantastic if she's picked up in WPL, and he got it absolutely right. You guys know who I'm talking about. It's none other than Nicola Carey. But that's for Mumbai Indians. Let's look at UP Warriors. A new coach in Abhishek Nair, a new captain in Meg Lanning, and the resultant not that great. And I'll tell you why the resulting is a problem, because the way the decisions have been taken have been quite weird. First, in the auction itself, I had personally found it quite weird that you did not go for a wicket keeper, a proper wicket keeper. And that's where Abhishek Nair said that we'll use some KL Rahul kind of strategy, and that was used. And Shweta Sherawat took the gloves. She has been okayish behind the stumps. But what that basically meant is now Shweta Sherawat has to be in the playing 11, because your other options, the only other option is Shipra Giri. And you don't know as a batter if you can use Shipra Giri or not. Having said that, it's not like Shweta Sherawat has batted phenomenally well. She did well in the first game, was very impressive, but since then somehow has not been able to really convert anything from her batting. Another baffling decision that was taken was right in the second game itself, changing the opening combination from Kiran Navgire, Meg Lanning to Harleen Deol, Meg Lanning, which just tells you it is something that is bothering me in a larger scale, that probably UP Warriors is not very aware of every single, of the players' roles. Harleen Deol opening the batting does not work, or does work is a secondary question. For me, if Kiran Navgire is playing, and this is something I think we discussed in the live show yesterday as well, that you know what, if Kiran Navgire is playing, you cannot play Kiran Navgire in any other batting order but opening the innings, because she's not your number 4. She cannot finish the innings. It's the power play that she can take advantage of. Yeah, it's a different story altogether that Kiran Navgire has not been in any sort of form. But in general, where can Kiran Navgire bat? Of course, she has to open the batting. What is the point of changing your batting order right after the first game itself, where you lost just by 10 runs? And someone like a Phoebe Litchfield by now is already feeling the pressure of being that center point, that focal point of UP Warriors batting unit, which I think is kind of bothering her, because she's trying to play way too many shots and not really crossing that 20-25 margin, because she knows she has to accelerate. Now look at the batting order, and if you look at the batting order, because Meg Lanning is not playing in the same style, in the same way that she plays in WBBL, or she played in this year's WBBL, what's happening is Kiran Navgire is not scoring and getting out quickly. Meg Lanning is scratchy, taking time to start, and then there's a Hurleen Deol who will also take time to start. So keep maintaining the scoring rate, as well as maintaining the scoring rate, as well as scoring runs, is completely falling on Phoebe Litchfield, which is a little unfair and which is kind of affecting her, and you can see that. The other baffling decision taken was in the second last game, in the last game, not second last game, where Hurleen Deol, in a slow pitch against Delhi Capitals, I think Hurleen Deol and Meg Lanning both fought a difficult stage and got runs on the board. It was not an easy pitch to bat on, which was very clear when Delhi Capitals also came out to bat. Yes, a lot of people might talk about how Delhi missed on that, missed on this, but as someone who was there in the ground, it was not the easiest of the DY Patil pitches to bat on. Having said that, I thought Hurleen Deol in general faces a lot of criticisms, and rightly so at times, But yesterday she was on point. She played really well. In the pitch that in which the match was played yesterday, a new batter coming out could never be able to take on the bowlers. Meg Lanning had just got out. For what joy? For what joy exactly did you retire out Hurleen Deol, your only other set batter? It was baffling, that decision taken, and it backfired, and backfired so badly. The other thing that you did is, okay, when you when you retired Hurleen, got in Chloe Tran to get big hits, fair enough. Once Chloe Tran got out, why not send in Deepti Sharma? Why do you have to send in Asha Shobna Joy? Yes, Asha Shobna Joy did play well in one of the games, but Deepti Sharma, and anybody who's telling me that Deepti cannot hit sixes has not watched the game for the last 6 months, in fact 1 year. So there are so many such baffling decisions taken. For me, I think Abhishek Nair has to do a lot more homework when it comes to women's cricket. Maybe watch a lot more women's domestic cricket, because the decisions taken by Nair has been quite questionable. And it almost seems like he's not aware of exactly how to use his resources. He's not optimally using resources. The other baffling decision, the last one that I'm going to point out for now, is Deepti Sharma bowling her first over in the 15th over of Delhi Capitals innings. If I say it was baffling, it was surprising, I can just add on adjectives. But at that point, every single over, I was sitting there in the ground and I'm searching, is Deepti injured? Why is Deepti not bowling? What is the exact problem? Why exactly is Deepti not bowling? If the answer is Deepti was not bowling because Shafali Verma was batting and Shafali Verma is good against off spinners, then you are undermining Deepti Sharma. That's the truth. Deepti Sharma is a world-class bowler in herself, and Deepti Sharma doesn't need to prove that to anyone. She has done it over and over again for the country, and if she can do it in the international level, she can do it in the WPL as well. If you are pushing Deepti that low down the order with the bat, if you are not giving her overs to bowl, then why do you have her in the team? Some other team could have utilized her much better. She's the player of the tournament. In the World Cup you have won, for God's sake. You cannot be not using Deepti Sharma well. As I said, Abhishek Nair is definitely not doing optimal utilization of his resources. Can the duo of Abhishek Nair and Meg Lanning make that miracle happen? Can UP Warriors from here on make a comeback? 5 more matches to go for them, and the first one is tonight against the defending champions Mumbai Indians, who have looked in good touch ever since that first game. Do they have some chinks in their armors? Of course, Mumbai Indians do have certain chinks in their own armors. It's not like they cannot be defeated. But UP at this moment first need to sort their team out. First need to sort their decisions out, their plannings out. I think at this moment they're fighting for the correct decisions in their own self. And when I say fighting, I'm not saying they are fighting against each other. Mentally at that blockage, mentally at that place where they are taking pretty weird decisions. They need to sort that out quickly, and only then can they think of winning against the rest of the teams. Right now, UP is battling within its UP Warriors is battling within itself. Can UP win the battle against itself and then against Mumbai Indians tonight? Wait and watch, and do join Snehashish and me for the pre-show at 6:30, somewhere between 6:30 to 6:45, and the timing is changing because I am a little unwell, under the weather, then of course we'll be back for the post-show. Do keep joining the shows, do keep watching, and do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.
क्या आप एक माँ हैं या माँ बनने वाली हैं?
क्या आप अपना ब्लड ग्रुप जानते हैं?
क्या आप जानते हैं कि भारत में 5 से 10% महिलाओं का ब्लड ग्रुप नेगेटिव होता है? जैसे कि ए नेगेटिव, बी नेगेटिव, ओ नेगेटिव या ए बी नेगेटिव।
तो अगर आपका ब्लड ग्रुप नेगेटिव है और आपके बच्चे का ब्लड ग्रुप पॉजिटिव है, तो डॉक्टरों का ऐसा मानना है कि अगले बच्चे में कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशंस हो सकती।
पर घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है। इसका एक समाधान है जो आपके बच्चे को सुरक्षित रखता है। तो अपने डॉक्टर से सलाह लीजिए और अपने आज और आने वाले कल का ख्याल रखिए। धन्यवाद।
भारत सीरम्स एंड वैक्सीन्स लिमिटेड और मैनकाइंड फार्मा लिमिटेड द्वारा जनहित में जारी।